Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, you almost had your voice
I almost
back.
pretended. No, I'm much better.
Yes, you sound much better.
We're pretty convinced that I had.
What's with the camera? You're like super up close, and I'm.
Oh yeah, I don't want to be up close.
This way.
Pretty sure, like I don't know. I kept saying I feel like I'm drowning. Pretty sure I had probably had walking pneumonia.
Oh, I'm 100% sure that you and your husband.
Yeah, we're still a mess. I feel fine.
Not have walking pneumonia.
Yeah.
And you need to go to a doctor.
No,
and
I'm really like we're through it.
He is not through it.
Well, he's at the same I am. I mean, I'm coming out and he's right a week behind me. So
yeah, he needs to go be seen by a doctor, and you people
Not at this
need
point.
an antibiotic. I am telling you, like, I've never met two people that refuse to go to a doctor.
It's great.
Like, you should be going to a doctor.
I feel like we're fine. I mean, I saw a couple doctors this weekend, and
I think you need, but like, you don't even go like to a regular doctor, like ever. You need to go
I do
to a
sometimes.
doctor.
I just don't really have anything to like. I mean, my
We won't talk
blood
about it
work
now.
is good. Like all my things.
Oh, really? When was the last time you had blood work?
I mean, it's been a couple years ago.
17 years ago.
But like people don't get that all the time if you don't have complications.
Yeah, you do.
Tom does, but I don't
You
like
do.
monitor my hormone levels or.
No, but you should be going for like an annual exam. You should go for an annual exam.
You go to the regular doctor every year when there's nothing wrong with you.
Not the regular doctor. Tom does that. He's like psycho
Yeah,
about
no,
it.
I don't think I need
No,
to do that.
I'm not that good about it, but Tom does go get a physical
That's good.
every year.
I don't feel like I need a physical and blood work every year.
I don't do that. I don't do
Yeah.
that. I will agree with you on that.
We pay for insurance too, but it still costs us to go.
Well,
That's
it
not why I
still
don't
costs
go.
us. No,
I just
know.
don't really feel like I have a reason to go. Like one time I was going to go. What was wrong with me?
I don't remember.
Oh, when I was having heart palpitations.
Yes.
Like I really almost told you
And
to
we
drive
just
me to
waited
the emergency
that out.
room.
We were driving home. I don't remember where
But
we
I
were.
feel like I honestly, like at that moment, I really feel like I should have gone to the emergency room.
probably should
But
have.
when you guys didn't act like I needed to go, then I'm like,
well, because
I'm
you're
good.
you're like whatever. No, it was
Tom's cologne. It really
I
put
don't
me
know
over the
if
top.
we had gone out to dinner.
I remember exactly what it
Where
was.
were we?
Jim Verner's birthday party.
Oh, you're
What was
right.
that restaurant? It's now closing.
Burntwood.
Burntwood Tavern. Like not all of them, just this
just
one
that one.
specific
Yeah.
location. And I swear
right.
I got roofied.
I don't think you got roofied. I mean, maybe you got roofied.
I don't know. I never what in the world would it have been?
I don't know. I mean,
I ordered a bourbon.
Off. And like even like her watch.
Halfway into my bourbon, I felt weird.
This night.
And my watch kept telling me I was an AFib.
Yeah, we literally
sat
passed
down.
Hillcrest. Like we should have gone to Hillcrest.
I sat down. My watch was telling me I'm an AFib. I was an AFib for like 24 hours. And I felt the weirdest I've ever felt in my entire life. It was very strange. And I did not order it from the regular. I ordered it from the bar in the center. And they brought me my drink.
So maybe you were roofied.
I don't know. But if that's what it's like to be roofied, I don't ever want that to happen again.
Well, they didn't.
So I was
going to
go. I was going to go to the doctor, but then I talked to your mother-in-law, and she's like, "If it continues, or you're like you have this pattern, never again have I ever had anything like this."
It was so weird. I did.
But my watch, if you have an Apple Watch, it really went off, and it told me that I was an AFib.
Yes, and I mean, it
not that
wasn't
not that I couldn't tell. I just didn't know what was happening.
I don't even think that it was like malfunctioning. Like you felt it.
I felt
you
it.
Knew something.
Like
was
I
not
was.
right.
I don't even know. That's the weirdest thing.
For sure.
So we're back from our big weekend. We've had a big weekend. My dad and I left on Wednesday for Louisville. Well, actually, that's not true. So we'll have to back it up a bit.
This is the most ridiculous week your family has had.
It is, but I was going to go back to, so Campbell does lead line, and that's where you wear a wool outfit and lead a sheep around to promote the wool on the sheep and then the finished product. This is a huge deal in Louisville. It's the biggest one. There were 79 people competing. It takes 4.5 hours. It is borderline insanity. Right before she went, I'm like, why do we do this? Like, I really don't know why we do this. So anyway, so we have been working with Megan Stevens. Hello, Megan. She's fabulous. She listens to the podcast. She is an exceptional seamstress, and she also is a designer. So she will get an idea, she'll get the fabric, and she puts her outfit together. She lives in Scioto County, quite far from us in Geauga County.
I don't even know where that is.
Down by the river.
That really narrows it down.
Into West Virginia. Like it's down there. So anyways, we've been mailing this outfit back and forth, and we'll do FaceTime fittings, and then I pin it and then I mail it back, and we mailed the jacket back. Then there were a couple things that needed to be fine tuned on the pants. And so Bill took the pants to the post office, the Chesterland post office,
Which
the
I
one
wanna
that
be
loves
clear,
me so
he
much.
should have just had me ship these back. I don't know why he took them to the post office.
Because it's worked every other time. So anyways, he apparently at the time did not get the receipt, which has the tracking number on it. This was on a Monday. Thursday, she calls me and she's like, hey, I haven't gotten those pants. What's the tracking number? I'm like, hey, Bill, what's the tracking number? Where would the tracking number be? On the receipt. Oh, I didn't get one. I told him to throw it away. So we're like, okay. So then Saturday comes, no pants. Monday's Veterans Day, so no mail. Tuesday, mail comes. She comes home from school. Actually, no mail did come. 8:15 at night, she's like, Kristin, the pants are not here. Lead line's on Friday night. This is a Tuesday. So I am at a Farm Bureau event ordering every pair of black wool pants in every size that I can find. She messages about 8:45 and says, Kristin, the mailman just pulled into my driveway at 8:45.
That's crazy.
She said never has her mail come that late, ever. The pants arrived. Praise Jesus. I mean, it was like, so then Bill's like, hurry up and cancel all those pants. I've ordered like $700 worth of pants. The pants fit like a glove. The weekend went perfect. It was great. Fun was had by all.
But you didn't tell the best part.
Oh, Campbell did win.
She won the whole thing.
Yeah, she won. It was very lovely. She won her age division of 17 to 21.
It was so
she
fun.
just
Like,
got moved
we
up.
watched it. We watched it on Bill's phone because we were obviously
Did you not
here.
cast it up on the TV?
No, and
I figured you were
why
casting
we
it on the
didn't do
TV.
that.
I figured that.
No, in fact, it was funny. That's right. We were watching the football game. Was it? Oh no, the Cavs game was on. We were watching the Cavs game, and then there was a fight later that night. Yes.
The fight was all the talk.
Yes.
Tyson
and
lost.
So it was actually really funny because Bill had it on his phone, and I really wanted to see, but I didn't want to get close to him because like he has germs.
But you weren't going to get it. Like if you were going to get it, you would have already had it.
How have I not gotten sick from you guys?
We haven't kissed.
Well, thank goodness.
Yeah,
but like
we're
I
fine.
have been with one of you, either you or your husband, every single day for like the last I don't know how many weeks straight.
Yeah.
Like went to Columbus, came home, all these things. Never have.
I
gotten
was sick in
I can't
Columbus.
believe it.
Your wife does not get blood work done
I
regularly.
I not by a regular doctor, but I go because I have something wrong. with
Right.
me. So like if I didn't have
Go to the
something-
doctor if you're really sick. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe someone would have gone to the doctor with this, but I really think all
I
they would
think
have given me
most
was
people-
a steroid.
Yes.
And
Yes. which is what you needed.
But my body's fighting it off.
Oh, after 3 weeks. 4. I think we're on week 4.
But I feel fine. I just
Okay.
still have no voice necessarily.
Yeah.
Still sounds low.
Well, it was funny. I think it was like 2 nights ago. My daughter requested homemade fettuccine Alfredo for dinner. So I made it because
It's easy to do.
it's such an easy
Unless you
meal.
made the noodles. That's
Oh
not
gosh,
easy.
no. I went to Tiny Gold and
Okay.
bought fettuccine noodles. No, but I did make the sauce, which is literally the easiest thing
It
in
is.
the
It's
world.
so good too.
And I always forget how easy it is. I'm like, I don't know why we
Mm-hmm.
don't eat it more often. So we just grilled some chicken and ate it. But so I knew Bill was alone, so we invited him over to eat. And he had a glass of wine, and then he was saying that we gave him NyQuil because we had given him some a couple nights ago, and he was like, oh, it helped a lot. He's like, oh, I bet it'll be perfect. The NyQuil with a glass or two of wine, I'll definitely sleep well tonight. And then I'll probably feel so much better in the morning. So then I went to work yesterday morning and I was like, so how was it? And he's like, I was up all night long. I was like, oh, I felt so bad. And I think it was kind of one of those things, you know how when you have too much to drink and then you can't sleep because you like are off? I'm like, oh, maybe it was like that. I don't know. But he really is sick and I think he needs to go to the doctor. And I think you guys need to use Afrin because it will dry up all your stuff.
So his philosophy is that he's too dry, and I don't agree with him.
But I don't agree with him either because here's what's happening. It's dry
Draining,
in the front, but
yes.
it's draining down the
And
back
that's
of
what
his
makes you
throat.
cough.
Correct.
Yes.
And that is where the Afrin will come in and dry him up. This goes for you as well because when you have I haven't heard you cough.
No,
bad
I'm
today.
over all that.
Yeah.
Like he's literally about 6 days behind me.
But he is coughing although his coughing fits are absolutely nothing compared to what yours
Mine
were,
feel
by
like
the
I'm
way.
dying.
Like it sounds like you're dying. It's an aggressive thing that happens. Like I don't understand it. But if you guys would just shut up and take the Afrin and listen to me, it's making me nuts. This is my PSA that if you're
Afrin.
having a bad cough, take Afrin. It is an addictive thing, so don't take too much of it. But like, it works. I'm telling you.
I'll just keep drinking Fireball and bourbon and cough syrup.
I'm not saying that doesn't
and
help.
it just helps me a little bit. Like I just have a little bit and it's great. Like I've been fine. I go right to sleep. We were at the sheep show. We were in Kentucky and I love bourbon and my friend Jen and like she likes bourbon too. But we were so tired at the end of the day that we were like, if we have one drink,
it's like enough.
We're going to go to sleep.
Yeah.
No. So we didn't even like, we're like, oh, we'll be too tired. Like, we literally need to drink a cup of coffee to stay awake. So.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know.
You did not miss anything here. We did not do anything. We did watch the Tyson fight the other night. Although I was so disappointed. Tom had a buddy over and then Bill came over also. And so we were watching and it said it was going to be on at 11. So I said, okay, I can stay up for this. Like I can.
It was on late night.
Well, it did not come on at 11 like it said that it did. It came.
That's like the pre-fight.
So then they said, no, the pre-fights were all night. They said that it was like a counting down on the screen to the Tyson fight. And then it didn't come on. So then it said it was going to happen at midnight. It did not happen at midnight. It didn't happen until like 12:30. And my boys, Joey had a friend sleep over. And
did Bill stay till then?
No, God, no.
I was going to say, holy
oh my
cats.
gosh. I think he was gone before 9:30 or 10, I think. Like, yeah. Oh, absolutely not. And then Tom's buddy Dan was here and he left by like 10:30, I think. Like everyone was just like so tired. But then like after 11, I'm like, I invested this much time into it. Like I feel like I should.
Did you stay up?
Oh, we stayed up for it.
Oh my gosh.
We stayed up. So I didn't go to bed till like 1:30 and then I worked the next day.
I think the latest we were out was like 11. The kids kept wanting to go back to the barn because it is fun to be in the barn. But listen, I'm not fun and that's okay. So part of me was just like, I'll just let them drive back to the barn by themselves.
How far of a drive is it?
Oh, it's not far at all. It's all on the same premise. But I'm like, I don't trust all the adults in the barn. I feel like they're going to corrupt the kids. And so I go with them. So I don't know. But the funniest thing about lead line was that, Geauga. If you're not from Geauga County,
oh, this is so
it
good.
can be a little tricky to say.
It's Geauga. So
Geauga.
Yes.
So Dave Trotter, who is a wonderful man, he's the voice of like every major sheep show in the United States. And Campbell has now done lead line pretty much everywhere except at Kyle. And so he did this at the Big E. And he cannot say Geauga.
Well, did you say what he said?
No, I haven't gotten there. What do you say at the Big E?
West Guyana.
Oh, West Guyana is what he said at the Big E. So I said, I'm going to phonetically spell Geauga.
Smart.
So he can just read it, Geauga. Well, I can't even, I was laughing so hard. I'm not even going to do it justice what he said.
He said like, because we were watching it from here and he said like,
Gewaga,
Georgia. Like he
West
was
Georgia,
all over the
Ohio.
place.
It like he literally said it as he was sounding it out.
And what was
Georgia,
laughing,
Ohio.
We were all laughing here because when the kids were in the marching band in England or London. Last year, they couldn't say it either. And they said from West Geauga High School, and I'm like, oh my goodness, all of these like pronunciations.
I thought I had
all
it,
over the place.
and so I've had several moments where I could have said, "Hey, I'm Campbell Reese's mom, and we live in Geauga County." And you say it, Geauga. And he also says Chesterland, Ohio.
Yes.
But
Campbell Reese from Chesterland.
like Disneyland. It's the same as Disneyland.
It's like
it's the same
Disneyland.
place.
So anyway, so that was kind of funny, but we laughed so hard. We're like, Campbell had to be dying. So anyways, Megan, Campbell, who makes her outfits, she also was the Ohio Lamb and Wool Queen. And so I've known her since she was an early teenager. And so we've never really gotten to hang out. And so we went for really good sushi and we had a little sake together and we hung out for the first time. I've never even shared a meal with her. And she's like one of our closest friends in the sheep industry. It's just very fun. So we had a great time and hung out. And then the kids every night wanted to do this crazy thing. I didn't even tell you about it. So probably terrible. The LOL. Megan, this is for you. So we called it the LOL, and I think it was the lap of losing because Campbell's really good sheep did not do as well, and so we called her a loser. And so they called it the lap of losing. So they got in the back of the flatbed pickup truck. They had their little music box, which is what's it called?
Like a boom box?
Yeah, what's our boom box called?
Oh,
A turtle box.
Yeah.
And which is very loud. And I drove them, and they stood on the back of the pickup truck with their music blaring. And in fact, the song was atrocious. It was the Shot song, and they're blaring it as I'm driving. And they thought I was going so fast. I'm going like 35, but then I floored it, and so I'm like, that was probably really dangerous.
Yeah, they could have
But
gone
they
flying.
thought it was the best thing ever. They were telling everyone, inviting everyone for the LOL is what they called it. So Megan is crazy, and the kids talked her into taking an LOL lap. And only that time we didn't have the music box, so I just turned up the speakers, and they thought it was like the coolest thing ever, and it was so weird. But it's going to be a memory. They're going to be like,
Well,
remember
that's
2024, the LOL?
They had fun. That's what's important.
They did. They were trying to get everybody to get in the back of the pickup truck, and
Oh my goodness.
yeah, it's called Champion Circle. That's why
That's
she called
fun.
it the lap of losing, because she wasn't the champion.
That's okay.
So it was pretty funny. But this huge, and they have Kentucky Kingdom. It's a water park and a ride park right there. They have it lit up for Christmas, like
Oh, is
the
it so
best
pretty?
I've ever. The Ferris wheel, the merry-go-rounds, like their building is totally covered. I took a picture and I sent it to Bill. I'm like, this is the market.
That's so cool.
This is my next thing when I get my baby camel and I do my live nativity.
Please don't.
And then I light up the
We're
market.
not doing this.
Oh, baby camels are so cute.
No, we're not doing
They're very
this.
mean, actually,
The
but
answer
they're
is
very
no.
cute.
I'm shutting this down.
Yeah,
right now.
it's pretty funny. So, anyways, that was our weekend. It was fun. Then we raced home, went to the National Honor Society induction, which lasted a whole 29 minutes at best.
That's crazy.
Drove back, picked up the boys, drove back home. Bill drove back today, and we've been up and down 71 like we own it.
That is insane.
So, fun.
Ugh, that stinks. Yeah, no. Once every few months is enough for me.
So, and Megan had this really fun line. We dropped the kids off. We dropped them at the door, and I forget they were going to go in and check the sheep or something. And she's like, be good or be good at it. And I'm like, that's so cute. Like, that's so good. And Jack's like, I don't get it. And he's like, oh, he thought that was kind of cool. She's like, be good or be good at it.
That is cute.
But like, that's a really cute saying.
I like that.
She's a child psychologist.
That's cool.
And so she's full of all kinds of
That's
fun little
fun.
kid things.
Very cool.
Yeah. Can you imagine her working in a high school?
Well, I don't know because I don't know her.
Well, you've seen her before. She's very pretty.
No, I never have seen her.
You haven't?
No.
Well, we're talking about you now, Megan, but she's very pretty and she works in a high school, and I'm wondering how this works out for her.
Oh, that's funny.
But she'd love to be a guest sometime, so we could ask her all about it.
Okay.
I would not want to work in a high school these days.
Oh, I would want to so bad.
You would?
Yeah, if I was teaching. That is like my dream job is to be a high school teacher.
You say that. I would not want to be a teacher. I would not want to work in a high school.
Yep. I don't know why. I like 3 different times in my adult life I have considered, my dog just literally pounced on Joey and knocked him over. 3 different times in my adult life I have considered going back to, because I already had my bachelor's, so like I would just have to like go get my like teacher certificate.
Yeah, there's
or
probably a
whatnot.
lot of things you'd have to do though.
Yeah, for sure there are. But I'm just saying, like, in order to like apply for a job, like I would not have to do.
You could go be a
as much.
substitute.
I could do that now, but I would not want to be a sub. I would
Neither.
never want to be a sub.
No, I like all the little kids. I like big kids too,
No. And I definitely don't want to do middle school. That would be awful.
but middle school's the worst. That I would not want to be a middle school teacher. You middle schoolers are terrible, Sam. Sam would be fine. Not all middle schoolers would be fine.
I don't know. I don't think he's.
I'm just grateful that I'm never going to be a teacher. And I knew I didn't want to be a teacher was because my parents were
right.
teachers.
I started college in education.
Why did you switch?
I was working in a bank and I really enjoyed what I was doing. I was in management.
I feel
a
like your
bank.
life would be much different if you were a teacher.
My life would be very different.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it. So yeah, every job that I have ever had has been some type of either banking or like business management type of position. I don't know. I like numbers. It's just,
Well, you're not great at history because we just tried this. Campbell is in
I don't think we should be telling this.
this horrible class. This is
Yeah,
a terrible.
maybe we should
I'm
wait
not
till she
going to say
finishes the
all the
class.
things. She's in this 8-week class, and I find it to be it was probably not the wisest timing.
No, because she's.
But
in
we didn't
basketball.
know. We didn't really know what this was. And so she signed up for this class. And listen, these tests are so hard. And I've been sitting there as she takes them. And you're like, yeah, I think that's right. You have 30 minutes to take these tests. They are the hardest. I don't ever recall a harder test. Today seemed easier, but they are not easy questions.
No, for sure not. And so we thought that we found a way to cheat basically, and we still couldn't get 100%.
No,
So
not even great.
that's
Like the
bottom
grade
line.
is fine. It's not a good grade.
I
It's
don't know.
not an
I need
A.
to figure out how these kids are all using like AI and Chat GPT to
Do all these
do
things.
all these things. Although the other day, and this was credit to my husband, I probably spent 2 to 3 hours at work trying to figure out how to literally write code into a Google sheet to like so that when I click here, this happens type of thing. And I spent so much time. I was like basically done with it. I'm like, okay, I can't waste any more time on this. And I was telling Tom, and he's like, just put it into Microsoft. I forget what it was.
Copilot.
Microsoft Copilot, which is basically an AI Chat GPT type of thing. So I did. I put in what I wanted, and it literally gave me the code that I had been trying to write this entire time.
It's a little crazy.
Like equals, function, this, like literally
Asterisk.
wrote a code for me. I put it into the spreadsheet.
And it worked.
I mean, it took 4 minutes. And I'm like, I just wasted 2 hours of my life where that stupid AI did it in 4 minutes. And like, so I definitely see how there are so many benefits to this because like, wow, like that could help businesses so much. But then I also see like how scary that is.
It is a little nerve wracking, but like even when you're like using these things, you're still learning, right? So now,
For sure. Like I didn't even know that there was the ability at first to do something like this. What I wanted.
Someone told me they do their lesson plans.
Yeah.
On AI. They'll be like, if I'm subbing, I'll be like, I have no lesson plan from the teacher or something, but I'll just go and ask and I'll say, I need a lesson plan for this, for da 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 da, and it spits it right out.
For sure. What I don't like about it is sometimes like you'll see photos that are AI generated and it's so real.
Yeah. That's
so you're
creepy.
like, how in the heck? And it's like, it makes you like, what's real and what's not. Like, it's so scary. It's like this alternate universe. So I don't know. I don't like
Very
it.
interesting.
But that was super helpful to use. So that's
Well,
all.
we
That's
are
what I have.
clearly out of time. We are over time, over budget. I got to see my cousin Kelly this weekend. She was in Kentucky. She stopped by. It was really nice. Surprised the kids. Lots of fun things.
Good.
But until next time, friends, we're mismatched.
Have a great week.